in the hour for the service tonight. This is certainly within our planned period of study. What is the most accurate version of the Bible? And then added this, please comment on the NIV. Well, first of all, may I say that to my certain knowledge, based upon the fact that I've been a student of the Greek text for at least 50 years, hardly a day passes even now that I don't have occasion to look into, when I'm in my study, to look into the Greek text or into Greek grammar. To my certain knowledge, the American Standard Version, one made in 1901, more nearly reflects in English the Greek New Testament than any other widely used English translation. But having said that, I also want to add that it's my conviction that a person that hasn't got anything in his house except the King James Version has all that he needs to know and will go to heaven by. And I certainly reject the concept that it is defective to the extent that a person can't find his whole deal in there. I don't think that one ought to depend upon the NIV. It has serious defects. May I give you an example? In the usual reliable translations of Psalms 51:5, the text says, David is the writer, I was shapen in iniquity and sin did my mother conceive me. But this translation, and that's the correct rendering, and that's what the Hebrew says. But the NIV says, I was born a sinner. Well, that's not what the passage teaches. The passage, that's an interpretation, not a translation. The passage was simply showing the condition of the world into which David was born. But the translation makes him to support the doctrine of total depravity. Consequently, it is undependable, and that's just one of many such instances. I have here a question about the prayer of the righteous. On behalf of the saved. Why do the saved? Why do people get saved if God answers prayer? May I point out to you, first of all, that we are to ask according to God's will. This must always be a condition preceding to any prayer. Secondly, the Lord has not said that he will perform miracles in the elimination of difficulty. Thirdly, he does indeed answer prayer regarding the sick by having provided the means by which and through which we are enabled to improve and sometimes to restore our health. And so it's still the action of God. And we must not conclude, of course, that God does not answer our prayers in such manner. But he doesn't set aside the course of nature and perform miracles in order so to do. If that were the case, then why not raise the dead? Why not put a stop to the storms that beat with unbelievable fury on our Gulf Coast and the tornadoes that hit with such frightening cost of life and property against our neighbors? We must remember that we're all creatures of natural law, that we must recognize the need of living within the sphere of natural law. But sometimes, through no fault of ours, we find ourselves in conflict with that law, and we suffer the consequences. If a high voltage line should fall in the street out here, whether it's a confirmed criminal or an innocent babe who touches it, death will result. This is not because it's the will of God that such should happen. It's simply that one has been brought into conflict with the operation of natural law. Has it ever occurred to us that we couldn't live on this earth without the uniformity of those laws? Take, for example, the law of gravity. If it were not uniform and dependable, you couldn't walk down the street. You couldn't drive an automobile down the street. First thing you know, you'd just be bouncing off in the air if the law of gravity were not uniform. So it's because of these laws that we're able to live on this earth.